Good morning. I am here cooking down sap. I've been cooking this for a week. I started this sap on Sunday evening, and it's Monday now, so it's been cooking a week. I've been adding a gallon to this pot of sap about either 2 to 3 times a day, depending on, so probably about 2.5 gallon a day I've added to here, depending on if I'm home all day so that I can keep it running, or if I set it for 9 hours. So if I'm gone in town and I'm not home in 9 hours, it automatically shuts off and I don't have to worry about it. So, but instead of adding to it today, which I have a lot more sap, I'm going to try to finish this batch off today. I have the day off, so I'm home today. So I have strained it once, but we would like to strain it again, and I'm going to kind of see if I can show you what we have here. Okay, I don't know if you can see that it's kind of sort of rolling, but not boiling, and I set it at 220, and you can see them flakes in there. That's kind of showing you that it's rolling. Well, we're gonna strain that out, because so I usually strain it a couple of times. A couple of times. Let's see if I can get my thing to stand back up. Okay, we got it standing back up. I need to strain it a couple of times. So what I use is my mom's, my grandma's old strainers that they used years ago to strain milk. Works great. So got the old strainer pads. These are called milk filters. They were called strainer pads when I was a kid. So we put that in here, and so like that, and then we'll set this, just center it right there and push it down, and then that's sealed. This pad is sealed in there so that it'll strain. We're gonna put this on pause and pour this into here. Hopefully I don't overflow it. I should probably be over here so you can see me. Okay. Nope, didn't overflow it. That's a good thing. Okay, now we'll just let this here run through, and that pad. You can also use cheesecloth in like a strainer that you would use to drain your pasta with cheesecloth in it. That would work. Not everybody's got an old strainer. You can get them at garage sales and stuff. So basically we got to let this here kind of drip. So I'm going to set this over here. That way I don't have to hold it up, because it's full enough that it was sitting down in far enough so it couldn't strain completely through unless I held it up. So hi there. As you can see, that we've got all the flecks that was rolling around in there, them pieces, they're all gone. So you can't see anything rolling around in there now. Nice clean sap. Syrup. It's getting to be syrup pretty soon here. So basically what we're doing now is just cooking it down more and more and more all the time. So we're going to continue to cook this down. And I've got it set on 5 hours, but I'll be checking it out throughout the day. You can tell it's morning. I kind of got up early to get this going again, because it shut off in the middle of the night, because I didn't want to go too long. I didn't want it to get too far gone. We are going to test and show you how our sap is doing. basically we fill this up and then we drop the gauge down. This it tests for the moisture that's in it. It's not a thermometer. And if it's anywhere in here, see the little red lines? So when I drop it in, if it sinks too far, then it's not ready. So I'm going to drop it in, and it's sunk all the way to the bottom. So we've got a ways to go. So it'll run at least 5 hours. It'll probably be evening before we're ready to actually finish processing it. In the meantime, I'll be checking this several times, so you'll be able to see us checking it. I'll be showing it to you, and it'll start to not hit the bottom, but it won't be to the line yet. And we'll gradually work. Hopefully it gets done today. That's my goal. If not, I guess we'll do it tomorrow morning. So in the process, I'm gonna, because this is kind of wet, I'm gonna set it in the sink. Okay, there we go. I could set it on my napkin, but then it sticks to it because it dries. So yeah, this is kind of the process. Like I say, I've been adding to this pot every day for over a week. Actually 2 to 3 times a day I dump a gallon in when it gets down low enough. I could probably put a half gallon in now, but I didn't run it 9 hours last night because I was afraid that it'd get too far done, and I don't want to do that. I want to make sure that it's just right. Meantime, I'll make sure that I have jars washed up so that we can put them in jars. I happen to use Snapple jars, and they even got a neat little S on them for syrup. Not Snapple. So I take the labels all off because I'll put my own label on it. It'll say Blind Lake Cattle Company, and I'll show you the whole process there too. And you'll be able to see the S on it better when it gets the syrup in it because of the brown behind it. And so we'll show it to you when we get it ready. In the meantime, I'm going to just keep cooking it down. So I'm going to go get dressed. I wanted to get this thing going early this morning, so I actually got up at 5 this morning to get it started. I think I heard it beep and shut off at like 3 o'clock this morning, but I didn't get up. I said, that's too early. It can sit. So we are just going to keep this thing going, and I'll be back a couple of times today to check it again, and so we will see you later. I'm going to go get dressed now. Hi, well, I'm going to check it again. It's been a couple of hours, so we're going to see where we're at. It's still sunk to the bottom, so we'll wait a couple more hours and we'll check her again. It's going to be a while. I probably will strain it one more time. I'm seeing them little flecks rolling around in there again. So, but when it gets a little closer, I'll strain it one more time, and then we'll continue to cook it down. So, I'll see you again in a few hours. Hi there. I'm back, and I'm still cooking down the maple syrup. It is 1:58, and I started this morning. Remember when I was on? It was like 5, 6 o'clock when I was on because I got up early to start working on this. And it's still cooking down. I've got it down to about a little bit under half full now. And it's still not ready, but I'll show you. Now when I drop it in, it goes down slower, and it doesn't go quite all the way down, see? So all we have to do is cook it down to where it raises to there. In anywhere between there and there. It's got 2 red lines, and I've just got to be between them, but I'm not there yet. See, it's not sunk all the way down, but it's close. So, but being, I've still got some rolling pieces in there. I'm going to strain it one more time because we want a nice clear. So I'm going to pause it, and we're going to dump it in here. I already put the strainer pad in and everything, so. You can hear it pour down through there. It's a little thicker now, so it might take a little longer for it to go down. But it's going down fairly fast yet. This will be the last strain that I do. But like I said, you can use a cheesecloth and use a noodle strainer or anything that you can find that will allow it to flow through. And cheesecloth works real well. Strainer pads, they just work great. So, like I say, I use these strainer pads. They're fairly thick. You can see they're got little holes kind of sort of in it, so it can strain through pretty decent. Last time when I took the pad out, it was pretty, you could tell that it was pretty dirty. So basically that's what we do. Pad must be getting pretty dirty. It's not wanting to. If I go like this and shake it a little bit, that cleans the pad out a little bit, and then it flows down through it again. So, but I'm going to use this here other pan to set it on, so I can get started cooking it down some more. Okay, so we're going to set it there. And like I say, this is only about that full now, so it's not going to take too long, and hopefully it's turning color like maple syrup. So we are going to start this up again, and we're going to see if we can get our maple syrup done. I'm hoping that it's done before I go to bed. I'll keep checking it every couple of hours, and I will be back when we get it going. So there she's going again, and I'll be back. It's a long, slow process, but it turns out very good. Definitely tasting sweet when you. It's definitely tasting like maple syrup. So we're getting there. It's just going to take a little bit more time. So I will be back when this floats up. Catch you later. Well, hi. I am back, and we're getting really close. The last time I checked it, it was floating, but it wasn't quite up to the mark. So we're going to try it one more time and see where we're at. And it drops down so nice and slow now. That's a good sign. Oh, nope. We're really close. Look at that. Right there's the mark. And it drops down to there. Whoops. Got to turn you a little bit. Okay. So, see how slow it drops down? It went past that red mark by just a hair. So, another hour or two, I'm going to say it'll probably be ready. So, I will be back in an hour or so, and we'll check it again. Hi. Well, I'm back, and she's looking pretty good. See how slow that drops down? The red mark is above the syrup there, so we know that it's ready. So the next step is it was a long process. It's almost 5:30, and I started this morning testing every couple of hours at 5 this morning. So it's been 12 hours that I thought it was getting close. Well, it wasn't as close as I thought. So now what we do is I use one with a little spout here, and then we just fill our jars.
You see this trailer walk by, you see a cowboy tossing a wagon a few minutes later. That don't prove nothing. Gives a lot of reason for doubt.
Just like so.
John's testimony, the case against Cheyenne Bodie is dismissed.
And then we put the lid on it, and we'll tighten it as tight as we can, and it's got a rubber lid, so. So these Snapple containers actually work pretty good. You can see that S on there, because the lids do have that rubber seal, so it seals. The ones you buy for syrup don't seal, although syrup actually keeps very well. It's like it don't spoil. But I like the fact that it seals. It just. Tastes good. Tighten it. And we'll see how many we get here. And I'm guessing we started off with like 30 gallon. So it cooks down a long ways. You don't get much syrup for the amount of sap that you get, that's for sure. I do have 30 more gallons that I'm working at cooking down now, so we will see in about a week. I'll be doing this all over again. And then I think I'm going to be pretty much done, because it's warmed up enough that I think the trees are starting to bud, as far as I can tell. And when the trees start budding, then the sap is pretty much done running. So there's 4 so far. The lighter the color the syrup is, the higher the quality. And by cooking it very slow like this, I end up with a real light colored syrup. As you can tell, that's pretty light. So okay, why won't it? Okay, there we go. That's hot. Hot and sticky. Looks like we're going to have about 6 containers and a little dab left over.
So call the number on your screen now to see if you're eligible or to enroll in a dual complete plan from United Healthcare.
Almost gone out of the pot. So that is 6. So I might end up with 12 by the time I get all done with the rest. It's a lot of sap for a little bit of syrup, right? So there we are. We got 6 jars of pretty light colored syrup. Then what we do, I make these Blaine Lake Cattle Company syrup labels, and we'll label each bottle. I usually put the label on where I took the paper off, just like that. And there's our syrup. And when it cools down, this button will actually pop in and they'll be sealed.